Hello everybody, I'm Sky. Now someone asked me, what horse games should my horse-mad kid play? Now, there are so many horse games out there, so I am going to endeavour to sort the wheat from the chaff. I have chosen 3 games to look at in this video. What makes a good horse game? Well, different people are going to be looking for different things. This particular kid, I asked them what they're looking for in a horse game, and they said raft but on a horse. And I think that sounds awesome, and if I find one like that, I'm going to play the heck out of it. But just to start from scratch, I'm going to be looking at how the horses ride, what accessories there are, what sort of grooming you do with your horses and how you take care of them, and obviously, what is the gameplay like and what is the game actually about. Now, I will just preface this by saying that I don't know that much about horses, so I'm not going to be able to pick if they're mixing English and Western styles or doing something else terribly incorrectly. But I am hopefully going to be showing you enough of the actual gameplay that you can spot something like that if it's going to be something that really bugs you. I'm also going to be looking at all the usual things that I look at when I'm looking at games for kids, like what the controls are like, how much skill is required, how much reading is required, if there's any microtransactions or if there are any online aspects of the game. Now, in talking about horse games, I feel that I must mention this game that is near and dear to my heart. It is the first game that I ever played fully all the way to the end, plus the DLC. It has amazing horse stuff in it. You can just ride out literally into the sunset. But I am, of course, talking about Red Dead Redemption, and that is R16 and 100% not a game that is appropriate for kids. So why do I bring up this game if it is not one that kids should play? Well, it shows that it is possible to have a game with these awesome horse mechanics, and it has been possible since 2010. Okay, so maybe I need to rein in my expectations a little, but surely there is a good horse game out there that is appropriate for kids to play. So, let's have a look. First up, we have Star Stable. Now, this is a free online multiplayer game. I will talk about the free online multiplayer part of this game soon, but for starters, let's just talk about the game. Now, I've set up my character, chosen my horse, done the tutorials, forgotten how to open doors. So the game is that we are staying in this place called Jorvik at a riding camp. You have a little cabin and you can ride around doing quests and doing races, earning money to spend at all of the shops and leveling up your horse and unlocking new areas. Except that if you are playing it for free, the leveling up and the unlocking new areas is heavily restricted. But there is still stuff you can do, there are still quests that you can do, and there are still places you can go. So this is the little shopping area where there's obviously little shops that you can buy things for your horse. This is also where you come to go to the stable, and this is where you look after your horse. I keep forgetting how this stuff works. There we go. Yep. And how do I dismount? X, I believe. Nope, not that one. There we go. So this is where you come to look after your horse. Let's feed the horse. I've got some hay. Lovely. And what else can I do? Hooves. What's this one? Brush the horse. Okay, yep. It's all just animations. You don't actually do any of it yourself. That's fine. Lead horse, pat horse. Oh, lovely. So you look after your horse every day to keep it happy, and I think the only thing is that if you don't, then like, I don't know, it's not as happy and it doesn't get all the bonuses or something, but like, it's fine. I mean, that's sort of why you play, isn't it? Let's go find a quest to do, shall we? So I promise the controls aren't as hard as I'm making them seem. I have just forgotten how to play this game. Quests? I have no active quests at the moment. Let's go find one. So that person's got a quest. Great. Hi, my name is Justin, and you said your name is Jillian. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so there is a fair amount of reading in this. Right, so what do we have to do? Caring for your horse. Oh, he just did that. And talk to Justin after that. Okay. Yeah, so I have played this and I've done a lot of the tutorials, but this is obviously still a bit of a tutorial quest. Oh, great. I'm allowed to do it even if I've just done it. Okay, feed the hay to the horse. And what's that? Oh, water horse. And brush your horse. Talk to him. Just a little bit more. You're almost done. Use the brush. I did. Feed. Hay. Cuckoos. Oh, it loves me. Yay! Okay, now I'm done. And that must be a very full horse because I've just fed it 3 times in a row. What? I don't know why it's not letting me finish that quest. I wonder. Let's go see if we can find another quest that actually works. Try it again here. Okay, he's not letting me finish the quest. I don't know what's going on. Let's just go for a ride around. Maybe we'll find a quest out in the wild. The controls are simple. I do just keep getting mixed up with some of the mounting and dismounting. It does always tell you what button to push generally in the right thing, but yeah, I get mixed up with when you're walking around, it's just like any other game, and when you are riding, you toggle faster or slower, so you got to remember which is the toggle button. So there is a storyline to follow. There's some sort of mystical storyline. When you first get here, you have like this dream that has all these omens and you find these weird symbols and stuff over the island. So yeah, there's a storyline to follow here, and there's a lot of quests to do if you can find them and make them actually work. So I am looking and I can't find any. I have a feeling that one, because it's a bit of a tutorial quest, I need to complete it before it will give me any more. And for some reason I'm not able to complete it. Now, this game is free, and it is always important to know that if you are using a service online for free, you are not the customer, you are the product. So it could be content platforms, social media, news outlets, apps and games. If you're not actually paying money for it, the company is getting money from you playing. Some scummier than others, but this does seem quite straightforward. This is a freemium model game, so that means that there is a free basic version of the game, but there is also a premium version for the low cost of $8.49 a month. But wait, if you buy it outright, it is $84.95. To put that price into context, here are some big open world games with storylines good enough to become TV shows, great characters, good graphics, voice acting, no microtransactions. $85 for this? This also means that the entire game is designed to make you want to get the premium version. So in the free version you can't progress past level 5 and you're limited to only 2 unlockable areas. But look at everywhere else you could go. Also, everything is going to take a really long time to do, because if you could finish the game in like a month, then no one would keep paying for their subscriptions. So this is an online game, so that means that without internet, you cannot play it. Some of the people you see walking around are NPCs, but some of them are actual real players. And just look how cool their cosmetics are. Oh, look at her horse. That's so cool. So this is one of the shops. All these places sell various things. And you can see with all of these, they have the 2 different currencies. There's the one with the star in it and the one with the J in it. Now, the one with the J in it is the one that you can earn just by playing. That is the in-game money. The one with the star, that is the stuff that you can only buy with real money. So There's a lot of things, and aren't they cool? It doesn't change anything about the gameplay, just with what you look like and how cool your horse is. So when you pay for it, it doesn't just automatically unlock everything. You still have to go through and level up or do the quests to unlock things. So just be aware of that one. One thing that Premium unlocks is the global chat. Now, I don't like it. It doesn't take much for an interaction online to be not good. And I'm not even talking about the nightmare scenarios of what types of people might be drawn to online communities like this, made mostly of unsupervised children. There is something about communicating with people online that can cut deep. And I just don't see the positive of this outweighing how bad it can be, and just not even a bad thing, just normal bad, how it can make people feel. I don't think that kids should be able to do it. According to their website, you can disable the chat by emailing them and having them turn it off on their end, which definitely sounds like something that would work and not be a massive pain in the butt. Now, I did see this just before. There is this one here that is in the free version. So if it's sort of like almost like a proximity text chat, I guess it would be. And so if you are really close to another rider, you don't know who they are. They're not like your friends. They're not anything. They're just the other people playing on the server. They can chat to you if they come up really close to you. And that is even in the free version. But look, I will get off my high horse about all the freemium stuff, because the rest of the game is fine. Like, I mean, apart from the fact that I couldn't get the quests to work. When they work, they work. You can ride around and go where you're allowed to go. The grooming and stuff is relatively basic. You're not actually like brushing the horse or doing anything like that. The free version obviously has limits, and I think it would be really hard for a kid to play this with the inherent sort of level of FOMO of all the places that you can't unlock and the cosmetics that you can't have. And the paid version, in my opinion, is not worth what they're asking for it. Moving on. This is the ranch of Rivershine. You are rebuilding a rundown horse ranch and breeding horses and training horses. So I've built my character and done the tutorial, and interestingly enough, not chosen my horse in some sort of horse picker thing. I went to the auction house and had to bid on one, and this was the one I won. You can have more than one in the stable, and then there's also paddocks outside that you can keep them. Right, you see, I'm about to step in some horse poops, so let's do this. So this is where you come and you look after your horse. So let's feed the horse. I have some of that. It says how much satiety, how much it's going to be less hungry by. Now, we can brush. I've only got an old brush. But look, we actually have to brush the horse. Okay, and what's that? Oh, muck. Okay, we can put wood shavings, and we get the pitchfork, and we pick up the poops. Which is all incredibly important things to do if you have a horse. So it's really cool that this is involved. Okay, so I'm ready for the day. Let's go for a ride. There's no little mini map, so I sometimes get lost. So you can actually make it. So I've pointed it, and now there's a directional arrow pointing me where to go. I am playing this on PC, and the controls are as you'd expect, and it also has that toggle fast and slow thing that mixed me up in the other game, so I guess that sounds a bit like a me problem, not a game problem. So this is the wee town that's got the different stores. So this is what the interactions with the NPCs are like. So there is a bit of reading, they sometimes give you quests, and you can see there's these hearts here, so I assume that is a thing where you can become their friends. Does she have a quest for me? No, she doesn't have a quest for me. That is fine. Oh, so this is the saddlery. So this is the examples of what the cosmetics are on sale today. So you can buy these things from this shop. It does cost money, so you need to earn the money. Now, this is not an online game, so I'm talking about buying with in-game currency. There's no extra money that you have to pay. So each in-game day, There are new quests. Now I've got this one up here called Furry Arrival. Visit Amelia to see what showed up in the clinic. Amelia. Oh, just who I wanted to see. I've got a little surprise for you. A dog showed up. Fortunately, I don't have time to keep care of it. You've got a ranch. So congratulations, you're a dog parent now. No returns. So you should never give people a dog as a gift. It's a really big responsibility. But in a game, it's probably fine. Oh, I have a dog. What do I do with the dog? Is it following me? It is following me. Okay. So each in-game day, there are quests. Some of them are for money and goods, some of them progress the story, and some of them unlock new areas. Usually when you unlock a new area, it also unlocks a new feature. It can take a while to actually get the quests that unlock the cool stuff, and I have no idea how long that is going to take because I have been playing for this many hours and I have only unlocked one new area, which did unlock crops and farming and things like that. The dog is picking up resources for me. So I was going to say that you can actually collect resources which you can sell as well to earn a bit of money. But if I've got a dog following me picking them up, that's fantastic. Okay, so you can do races and earn some money, and the quests earn money, and collecting the resources earns money, but also selling your horses earns money as well. He just picked it up for me. The gameplay loop is that each day you look after your horse, you do some quests, earn some money, and doing some races. And in doing all of this, you are training your horse as well. So this is a very fascinating part of the game, I think. So if we come over here, we'll see that this is the auction house. Now, I might have enough money to buy another horse, so I'm just going to go see what happens. Now, I think this is a really interesting game mechanic. When you get a new horse, they have an amount of potential. And as you ride them, you're training them and their potential goes down until it reaches 0. And then whatever stats and all these other things you've managed to reach are locked in. And no more amount of training will change that. So different actions train them in different areas. So you could train one horse for speed and one for endurance or whatever, and then just have several different horses, and you can use whichever horse you want for whichever task or quest or race you want. I'm going to pass on this one. Oh, wow. I'm going to bid on it. Oh, I won it straight away. Awesome. So that'll be back in my stables when I get there. I'm still just riding around on my normal horse that I have already trained, but I think I have actually, and it's walking off. Can you come back? Can you come back? Thank you. I didn't tie it up. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that you can't jump unless it is over a designated jump. But there's plenty of riding, and this is the one area that I have unlocked, and it unlocked farming for me back on my ranch, which is really cool. You can see down the bottom here also there is a stamina meter, which the other game didn't have, but this one does, and it does go down pretty fast, but you can see when I'm galloping it's going down fast, and I go back to cantering and the stamina comes up again. And if you've never played a game with a stamina meter, it just means once the stamina runs out, the horse just slows down until the stamina comes back up. So there's a couple of things in this game which I think sound really fun, which I have not unlocked yet. One of them is catching wild horses. So you can catch a wild horse and train one just that you've caught. There is also breeding, and that has genetics. So you can breed different varieties together and get all sorts of new horses. So that is a pretty cool aspect of the game. And of course you might end up with tons of horses, but you can always sell them, or you can keep them and have them literally put out to pasture. There's an area on your ranch where you can retire horses, and so you're always going to be able to go back and see them. So I will come over here to the bulletin board and see if there is a race. Okay, I'll do beginner. Yes, I'll do beginner. Let's see if I can beat my best time. I haven't come first place yet. So the jumps, like a lot of these games, there's an indicator that to show you when you should jump. And if you get it right, then you jump really well. And if you get it wrong, then you stop. This might be why I keep being really slow. Where am I going? This way. You can give them like a speed boost, I think, by giving them a treat before you go, but I forgot, so I didn't do that. Straight through the wheat field. Okay. Oh! I got first. Wow. There's not many seconds in it though. Oh, nice. It looks like it's getting late, so I'm going to need to go to bed. So one thing I find a little bit weird about this game is that it doesn't auto-save, and in order to save, you need to go all the way back to your home and go to bed. So the issue with the saving for me is that when you're like, okay, screen time's over, they're going to be like 3 areas away and have to actually come all the way back and then put their horse away and get all the way back into their house and go to sleep. Otherwise, they'll lose everything they've done that day. I've seen these around the place, these like waystones. They look like probably fast travel things. I have not unlocked that, but the fast travel would make it easier. It still is not as easy as just being able to hit save. So the last thing I'll just say is it's neither here nor there. It's just, I find it weird, is quitting. Like, I get that it can be frustrating when you're playing a game and you go, okay, time to quit. So then you push quit and then it's like, are you sure? And you go, yes. And you go, are you sure you're sure? And then you finally get all the way out to the menu and then you've got to quit the menu and then you've actually quit. This is how you quit this game. I'm pushing escape. Quit. It feels jarring. It's weird. It feels like it's crashed or something, but that's just what it is. I don't know. It works. That's fine. Okay, moving on. This is Windstorm, Start of a Great Friendship. This is based on a book which was turned into a movie, neither of which I know anything about. This game was made in 2017. There is a remastered version, but this is the non-remastered version. It looks beautiful. It really does. So the story is that you're playing as this girl who is a horse whisperer, and you have a special affinity with this horse called Windstorm. This is where you start the game. So it's on this menu and you get to pick which thing to do. So far I've done the basic tutorials, I've done some of the racing quests and the jump training quests. I've also done some interesting go to a place and find a thing quest, and this quite cool one where you have to go and take a photo of a particular thing. And then you build up a photo book. So that's pretty cool. Although I did go and try to just go and take photos, but you can only do it once you've been given the quest. So this is the horse grooming part. And it's interesting, you use different brushes. So this is the big brush, and you have to not do it on the sensitive parts. To be honest, I'm not quite sure which are the sensitive parts. Whoop, you don't put it on their head. This is the soft brush, and so then we can do the soft brush on the head and the legs. Shiny as a new... Wait, your hide is as shiny as new. I was going to say as shiny as a new Windstorm. I don't know how shiny a Windstorm is. And we can pick the hooves as well. So this is actually properly, you pick it up and you are actually doing it. And you've got to be careful not to touch the frog. Playing! Yeah, so you go over there. And you go, come over here. And do a trick. Beautiful. That's awesome. Oh, and I can move as well. Oh, of course. Clean paddock. Yeah, another one where you actually got to pick up the poop. Right, I've done all of that stuff. Now, I think this is another one of those things, a bit like the horse TV show that I have seen, which is that Spirit. What's it called? And it's the same thing, where this is, you can see Windstorm doesn't have a saddle. So there's also skill points, which is pretty cool. You get to choose what you're wanting to get better at. So with the controls, with how you control the horse, it's really interesting because you can actually choose to do keyboard or mouse. So I'll just show you what it's like with the keyboard, because that's what I started with, and I thought, yeah, normal, right? So you are, like anything, toggle up, toggle down, and yeah, I did find that things like going around corners is a little bit stilted. Also, what's quite cool is that they've made it so that intentionally there's a little bit of a delay, because obviously when you're riding a horse, you tell the horse to do something and then the horse does it, which I think is really cool, and I think that really helps with the realism. Oh, there's a fox! So this is absolutely fine as well. So you just do it with the keyboard, but what I quite like is the mouse. Now we'll do this one. This one is cool. So this is a race one, but you get to see some of the really cool locations that are in this, and I don't promise to actually be good at this. What's really interesting is that it actually is all mouse. Yeah, so they call this ghost riding. So you can see your previous time, and you can race yourself, and you can actually see where you did last time. And at the moment I'm doing better than I did last time. So that's pretty cool. So what's really interesting is that I am actually doing this all with one hand. And you toggle the speed up and down with the mouse wheel, which I find slightly more intuitive. And then you're steering with the mouse, which is way smoother. And then you jump with the right mouse button. So I went the wrong way. I find that it's much smoother, and I really like how it rides. Now I go around a corner. Oh, I do go around a corner. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to lose this race, but I'm going to keep going. I mean, look at that. Look at that lake. It's so cool. You can't just ride through the trees. There's lots of invisible walls that stop you actually going into the forests. But, I mean, there's so many paths, and the actual whole place that you can explore is huge. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely losing this one. No, I'm not going to. It's fine. I'm not going to. So this is where all the quests come up, and the quests you get from all the different characters in it. So you get to know the different characters in this farm. I'm sure if you knew the book or the movies, that would be you'd recognize them and get it. It seems like the granddad is really supportive of her and the way that she rides, and the grandma is like, oh, you're wasting the potential of this beautiful horse. If you look at the map, like, it's huge, and there's an airfield and a lake and ruins. I haven't been there. Let's have a look. So as well as the races and the quests, there is just riding around, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So you can just go wherever. So there's these horse statues everywhere, and you collect them, and that is, I've collected 21 of 120. I haven't been everywhere, obviously. I've found a place called Ruins that I haven't been, so that's where we're going. And there's an airfield, and so you see planes flying over all the time. Unlike the ranch of Rivershine, you can jump whenever you want and jump over anything, which is really cool. Am I going in the right direction? Oh, I found it! Finally! So this game is really cool. I do feel like there are some limitations with there not being like a nice home base that you come to. You just sort of come back to this menu. You don't get to accessorize the horse, but the horseback stuff is really cool. And the grooming and things like that does seem a little, probably, again, speaking as someone who doesn't know that much about horses, but it feels slightly more based in reality. So there are 3 horse games for you to consider if there are any good ones there for your kids to play. They were all quite different from each other, more different than I was expecting, which is quite nice. Let me know in the comments if there are any other types of games that you would like me to look at in a future video in the context of how they would be for kids to play. A like and a subscribe would genuinely help me keep making these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.